Hello and welcome to this FPL Gameweek 28 team selection video with me, Holly Shand. It's a big blank game week with just 7 of the 10 fixtures in the schedule, and I've got a big decision to make on selling Erling Haaland. Let's get into it. Starting off with how my game week 27 went, and on 107 points I cannot complain with a big green arrow. Feel like I got the captaincy right in the end with Ivan Toney as well, although we did leave it till late to take him over a double-digit haul. Elsewhere, my transfer in Jason Steele delivered as well for Brighton with a clean sheet. It wasn't looking pretty good for my bench on Sunday. 26 points on the bench with goals from Odegaard and Gabriel, including a clean sheet from him as well. I'm hoping that when I play the bench boost for real in game week 29, I managed to outscore that. But, you know, it just shows you the depth in my squad heading into that week with the bench boost. Transfer plans then, and I'm heading into blank game week 28 with one free transfer, 2.3 million in the bank. I've got a number of players who blank. I've got a Brighton triple up. I've also got Marcus Rashford and Erling Haaland. Marcus Rashford is going absolutely nowhere. I've got a fair bit of value tied up in him right now. His form is sensational and he doubles in game week 29, so it feels wrong to sell him this week knowing that I want him back 1 week later. It's a similar scenario with the Brighton players. Obviously Steele is no bother as my backup goalkeeper. He can sit on my bench. Looking at March and Matoma, I do still feel like maybe McAllister is the one that I should own, so I could sell one of March or Matoma for a midfielder with a fixture this week and then look to swap in McAllister for game week 29. But I feel like over such a short period of time, March and Matoma could deliver just like we saw in their second fixture in game week 27. So the other scenario to consider is, do I sell Erling Haaland? And I feel like I'm leaning towards it, even with that 5 goals in the Champions League in midweek, because I'm selling a player that has 1 fixture over the next 2 game weeks in favour of a player that has 3 fixtures. Haaland's seen a price drop now as well, so I'm only standing to lose about 0.3 in value, which I'm not going to lose sleep over. And yes, he could deliver a hat-trick against Liverpool in double game week 29 for a 17-pointer, but I'd back a player that I'm bringing in to deliver a similar number of points over the same period with 3 fixtures. Now, there's a number of options on the table. We've got the Chelsea forwards, we've got João Felix and Kai Havertz. There's other options elsewhere, but the one that I'm leaning to is Ollie Watkins. He's got 6 goals in his last 7 games. Aston Villa are a side in form. Great fixture this week at home to Bournemouth, and then obviously doubles in game week 29 as well. Team selection then, and the 11 pretty much picks itself because I do only have 11 players with a fixture this week. Kepa starts between the sticks, and I'm hopeful for a clean sheet with a home game against Everton. Now, it is a very unconventional 5-2-3 formation. I don't know if I've ever gone with this formation in FPL before, but let's see how it goes. I've got a double up on the Newcastle defence away to Nottingham Forest with Trippier and Shaw. I'm also doubled up on Brentford defenders, Henry and me at home to Leicester, and I've got Gabriel in there at home to Crystal Palace. My midfield is just Arsenal midfielders. I've got Odegaard and Saka at home to Crystal Palace as well. I'm hoping that Saka delivers because since I went from Martinelli to Saka on wildcard, Martinelli hasn't stopped scoring and Saka's points have dried up a little bit. So, you know, the stats are still there, the underlying numbers, so I need the pendulum to swing in Saka's favour now. I never seem to be on the right Arsenal players. And then up front, Harry Kane leads the way for my attack with that home game against Southampton, flanked by Toney and Watkins, who both have favourable fixtures themselves. Now, when it comes to captaincy, I could captain any of my front 5. I think the arguments for all of them are pretty plausible, but right now it's Harry Kane who is winning that captaincy race. He's having one of his best ever seasons in FPL. He's already got 20 goals. If Erling Haaland didn't exist, Harry Kane would be the player of the season. He's on penalties, he's in form, he's got a home game against Southampton, which he's got a great record against them in the Premier League, so it seems like an easy option to go with Kane captain. I'll be back on Friday at 1 o'clock with the press conference stream, so check out the link in the description, hit the notify button so you'll find out when I'm going live. But if you've got any dilemmas in the meantime, I do aim to answer all of your questions in the comments for this video within 24 hours of the video going live. Don't forget, it's a Friday deadline. Good luck for FPL Game Week 28.